We're angry at the Democrats. We're angry at the Republicans. We're angry at the NRA. And in all of that anger, my co-host, Ethan Klein, said some stuff. I just wanted to hear your perspective on this really quickly because he said some stuff. He had a Hasan moment. Okay, he had a moment that was resembling Hasan, but like obviously they are looking for
something to distract.
Does anyone have the link? Republicans are desperately, as you know, found themselves in a bit of a troubled territory here because partially everything that they've advocated for.
Can I just say one thing? Because before you read it to me, I want to preemptively say that there's nothing in the world that Ethan or anyone else can say that's more important than actually solving the goddamn issue.
Thank you.
So anything that they use about what somebody said is by definition a distraction.
Yeah.
It's a squirrel that they throw out there so you go, hey, don't look at the main issue. Instead, be outraged at what somebody said about the dead kids. No, I refuse ahead of time. I don't care if he said the worst thing in the world.
He did.
I'm still 1,000 times more outraged by the dead kids and the fact that scumbag Republicans encourage it and scumbag Democrats fundraise off of it and don't do a goddamn thing.
Yeah. So he starts talking about the NRA meeting, looking for potentially the NRA meeting footage right here on his live stream that he was doing, which I was not a part of for the record. This is the After Dark version. He wasn't doing leftovers.
Insight into what they're actually talking about there at the NRA meeting that's today in Texas. Someone should bomb that building. Okay,
don't.
I'll roll that back.
Immediately, he goes, all right, that was ridiculous that he said that. But it's over. That's it. They clipped it saying someone should bomb that building, and literally were like, they clipped it, they shipped it. They were like, this should lead the discourse. Because everything else that they were trying to misdirect away from was found out to be completely untrue. They went with good guys with a gun. The police did an incredible job. That's what Greg Abbott said.
I don't even know why they object. Don't they want arms are arms? Everything is constitutional. And in fact, but we had a back and forth with Tim Pool just on Saturday, right? And he said that everybody should be allowed to have nukes. So I'm sure that he's thrilled with what Ethan Klein said. Why not? And you have a constitutional right to use it. Like they say, hey, we have a constitutional right to use our arms against the tyranny of government. Let's translate. What that means is I'm ready to murder cops and I'm ready to murder soldiers. That's what the right wing says on a very, very regular basis. He said it for half a second and now they're catching feelings.
Yeah, no, they're like, that's messed up. Yeah, he should have. Well, my take on it was like the same conservatives that are like, oh my God, I hate cancel culture. I hate it's free speech. It's free speech. I love free speech. I'm a defender of free speech. That like get me canceled regularly. Literally turned around and were like, no, I actually hate free speech. And this is not constitutionally protected. This is so messed up. And like, it is wrong. It is wrong. When you say that, when you're a NRA building, and when you're a broadcaster, when you're a professional broadcaster, especially on the left, you say some stuff like that, it's going to get clapped. You're going to get clapped straight up. I knew in the immediate aftermath of the 9/11 stuff that like I was going to get clapped. You know what I mean? I was in my fifis. I was very upset, justifiably, thinking about, dead babies overseas that the American imperial war machine contributes to on a daily basis that we completely normalize. And I was seeing a hypocritical mouthpiece for said imperial war machine speak out against rolling back these war coffers. And I got frustrated. I had a heated gaming moment. He got frustrated in a similar capacity when he was thinking about the NRA, and he said something bad. He said something wrong. That's it.
That's interesting because I feel like we flipped. You cared less about what people said before. Now I care less. I don't care. Like, should you bomb the NRA building? Of course not. You shouldn't bomb any building. But he rolled it back within half a second. It was like he went too far. It was a joke too far.
Yeah, to be fair, I never rolled it back.
Yeah, what's that?
To be fair, I didn't really roll it back. But anyway.
But he just did it right there and instantly. That is nothing but a distraction. I'm not at all interested in it. I don't care if you're offended. I don't care about any of it. Once again, hashtag suck it. It's called freedom of speech. You're the ones who push it. You love violence. You love pushing violence. You're not catching feelings. You're going, ha ha. And you know what? I reject your ha ha. I don't care that you're saying ha ha. Again, I refer you to the previous hashtag.
Yeah, I mean, look, constitutional carry, baby. That's right.
Tim Pool says we should carry bombs everywhere.
Tim Pool literally said you should be able to have a nuke
Yeah, he
like
said
under
it.
the Constitution.
He said it to me.
And so-
I asked him. He said it.
Yeah, he said you should be able to have a tactical nuke.
Does
Gotta
he
get
really-
TY. Gotta get here. We gotta do this. But for Ethan, you gotta have him on your show and be like, you need to apologize for your words.
I should.
You coward. You
Oh,
did
the
for
way I
me.
did it with
Yeah,
you?
Exactly.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, remember this, guys?
So here we are. I'm living up to what I said about conservatives and progressives. We're having a conversation.
Oh.
So you said America deserved 9/11. Did you mean that?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that clip. It's so funny.
But you know that's interesting. Like even in the couple of years that's passed, like I'm so past it. Like all of that is like fodder for mainstream media to do fake outrage and try to bring back to business as usual. I don't care about your fake outrage. I don't care about it.
Yeah, it's
at
manufactured
all.
outrage. They don't care. And here's, you want to know how they don't care? If Ethan was an anti-SJW and he was talking about bombing Planned Parenthood, every single one of these Republican mouthpieces would have been like, dude, what? That's a joke, dog. Ethan is a jokester. I mean, he's like worn diapers and stuff. You're really going to take that guy seriously? I mean, he's just a
100%.
jokester. Ha ha. Like, we were just having...
That's the Joe Rogan defense. He does and the Jimmy Dore defense. Everything's a joke, except you should take everything I say
Yeah, it's
super
just
seriously.
a joke. It's just a joke, bro. And the difference there, for the record, that is also very interesting to think about is that they actually are bombing Planned Parenthoods. Like, they were at the time, and the Republican Party defended it. They defended it. They were actually bombing Planned Parenthoods, and they defended. They were executing like doctors and stuff. Meanwhile, like that's not going to happen at the NRA, regardless, because they don't like. There is no like left wing violence. It's not a real thing. They try to make it seem to be a real thing. They try to talk about like Antifa and whatnot, but like we know when you look at the empirical evidence, like right wing is significantly more violent than the left wing, and they will continue to be that way because they have institutional protection, because the American government is slanted towards the right, and it is deeply reactionary. Whether it be its white supremacist attitude that permeates through all of its institutions to this day, that is at its very core, at its very foundation, you know, maintaining slavery, or whether it be the police force that routinely brutalizes marginalized communities. You know what I mean? It's just silly as hell. And
Yeah.
they still do it. Ben Shapiro and every other Republican mouthpiece will go on their broadcast and regularly justify that violence, regularly ask for more of that violence. It's not an accident that like there are shooters. There are like the Quebec shooter, the Quebec mosque shooter was like a Ben Shapiro super fan and was legitimately terrified by the Muslim scourge, and that's why he went and shot up a mosque. Like, he was a big fan of Ben Shapiro. You think that's an accident? He was a big fan of Tucker Carlson, big fan of Ben Shapiro. Like, no, it's not an accident. These guys can get away with saying that stuff civilly because they are aligned with the structural violence of poverty. They are aligned with the systemic violence in the form of like over policing black and brown neighborhoods. They are aligned with the brutality that the government subjects you to on a daily basis. They can get away with being as civil as possible while still basically saying the most horrifyingly violent stuff all the time.
And every right wing's a liar. Okay, every one of them. So the NRA, so they say, oh, well, guns make you safer. Okay, this is obvious, right? So they don't allow you to bring AR-15s when Trump is speaking. If it really made you safer, wouldn't they want more AR-15s in the room? Wouldn't they want every single person carrying an AR-15 so that Trump could be safer? So obviously they don't mean it. They're all lying. They know that the AR-15s make you less safe,
Yeah, the
not
Secret
more
Service.
safe.
Yeah, the Secret
There's
Service.
no question that they're all goddamn liars. If you said to any person who owns an AR-15, not your buddies, but I'm going to bring 10 random people to your house. Good news, you're going to be super safe because they're all going to have AR-15s. They would say, no. And by the way, half of them are going to be liberals. Half of them are going to be commies or Marxists or whatever they think they are, right? And that's a funny meme.
Cenk casting his 84th congressperson into the gauntlet after being convinced. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, if you're a right-winger out there, you know you're a professional liar. You don't care about anything. And you know that the guns don't make you safer. You don't welcome random people into your house and say, please bring your guns.
Yeah, unless you're like trying to have a gun orgy, but something that Republicans do.
Yeah, that's just their sexual proclivity, and I'm okay with that.
Anyway, yeah, that's, we're not going to kink shame. We're not actually going to kink shame. We're not going to do that. Biden sees chance of rational Republican approach on guns. Okay, we're going to talk about that, but before we talk about that, Before we talk about the real unjustifiable violence is the top of the hour ad break that comes at the top of every hour. If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe. Here, this is what I mean when I say gun orgies, by the way. I mean straight up. Have you seen this? Well,
No,
this one
I
is
thought you were
15.
just
Okay,
making a
guys.
general
No,
joke.
this one.
Jesus Christ, man. Lunatics. I mean, they should be in a mental asylum. I'm not kidding at all. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not rolling it back. All these guys with all these weapons that they've got their kids around, I don't care what they think they are. Every one of these people should be in a mental asylum.
You know they're using that in the bedroom.
I know. That part actually, as long as it's not a little. Actually, hey, I believe in freedom. You want to do that? Just do not leave the house with any of them. But you want to stick that wherever you want to stick it, that's your goddamn problem, not mine. Okay, have at it, Hoss. We're libs. We're progressives. We're okay with it.
We're going to look at the gun
minute
sexuals in a second. We're going to look at them in a second. Don't worry. Hold it up. But yeah, Ethan said, conservatives got triggered over jokes I told. Mass reported me. I got banned for a week and the episode was removed. If only they cared about dead kids as much as they do jokes. So I want to say sorry. Sorry y'all are such pathetic snowflakes. Fuck the NRA and fuck Abbott.
There you go.
Yep.
These kind of fake controversies remind me, and this is a bizarre analogy, but of Israel saying, oh, the Palestinians don't want Israel to be a state. Well, it already is, and you guys are blocking the Palestinians from actually having a state. It's the most ironic defense of Israel ever, and they don't even notice it. So like, oh, Ethan joked for half a second about bombing the NRA, whereas we actually murder people all the time, unabashedly, and we celebrate the bombings of Planned Parenthoods, etc., but we're pretending we caught feelings for his half a second joke.
Oh my God.
Not
People are saying
interested.
there were 2 yesterday, 1 in Tennessee and 1 in Oklahoma. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Of course, there's a massacre every day in America.
Yeah.
And it's brought to you by the right wing and sanctioned by Democratic politicians who fundraise off of it.
There have been at least 11 mass shootings since Uvalde, Texas elementary school tragedy. Dude, there's no way to stop this. There's just no way. We can't stop it, dude. It's just weirdly, this is the only country where it happens, and there's no way to stop it, okay? Don't know how. Don't even try to mention that there are actual opportunities to stop this. Don't even try to bring up other countries and their, like, reasonable gun control. Don't do that, because then you are attacking the real victims of these mass shootings, which are the guns and the gun manufacturers.
Some British reporter started asking Ted Cruz about how America's the only country where this happens. And Ted Cruz was like legitimately outraged and walked out, right? You know why? Because he's never met a real reporter in his life. He's used to American reporters who never ask them super obvious questions like, hey, you say mental health issues, but every single country has the same amount of mental health issues. And we're the only ones that have a daily literally a massacre a day, right? A mass shooting is a massacre, 4 people shot, right? And he's like, this is an outrage. You've asked me a real question. Where's my bitch reporters from American media who will do exactly as they're told and never offend the powerful like politicians?
I don't know.
Has any reporter called out the Democrats for being losers, being totally useless, going on vacation, promising they'll do nothing like cowards? And then the reporters, they even call out the right wing. What do they call out the right wing for? Hey guys, you're the one that brought us all these daily massacres. Hey, this never happens in other countries. Hey, Lauren Boebert. I mean, to be fair, since Lauren Boebert's an outsider, they do hit her. But like you see this Christmas card. I mean, that is the Christmas card of a serial killer.
Bro, this is like, I mean, dude, this is straight up like ISIS child soldier shit, right?
Definitely,
but they're white.
100%.
But they're white.
100%.
So no one sees it as such. They think this is like fine. You know what I mean?
No, you're training your kids to be fundamentalist terrorists.
Dude, the thing is like, but I love guns. I love shooting guns. I enjoy shooting guns. Guns are fun to shoot. Okay, you guys already know this. I've actually shot guns on stream. You guys already know that. It is absolutely ridiculous. Our gun culture is ridiculous. And the fact that we do not have red flag laws, we do not have actual character witnesses and mental psych evaluations before we even get to the gun license, a national gun registry, and also licenses similar to the DMV for everyone that wants to constitutionally carry is preposterous. It's ridiculous.
You know what we should do? We should do like a movement to get every speech that Trump gives to make sure that people are allowed to bring their AR-15s uninhibited, no matter where they are in the political ideology. They should be allowed to bring their AR-15s to keep Trump safer. We're on a mission to keep Trump safer. Just bring it wherever Trump speaks. If you have a legal right to, bring all of your weapons, because I'm trying to keep Trump safe. And if you catch feelings over that, don't ask me.
Bro, you're gonna get me banned.
No, go tell the right wing. No, it's not us. The right wing says it makes them safer.
Yeah.
So go to complain to the right wing.
An
Have them banned.
An armed society is a polite society. So if you literally believe that like more guns makes people safer, then why don't you want guns to be around Donald Trump? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm asking questions.
Yeah.
I hate guns. I don't want people to bring guns to any speech, okay, or to a Trump speech. But I'm just trying to help the right wing. The right wing says it makes Trump and all their speakers super safe for everyone in the crowd to be armed. So then anytime a right winger speaks, everyone in the crowd should be armed, according to right-wing ideology. So why don't you just live up to it? That's all I'm asking.
Exactly. You know what I mean? It's just like, exactly. This image is completely unrelated to anything that we are talking about.
So that's right before Reagan, of course, got shot, and Brady became, lost his, mental functions because he got shot in the head. I think one of the cops there died, and the right wing at the time was outraged. Now thinks, oh, thank God that mental patient had gun rights, and so he could shoot our president, he could murder cops. Thank God, they say, that he had his rights.
Brandon seeing a chance of rational Republican approach at guns. Yeah, you can only see this if you are completely brain broken. I just don't like being cucked all the time, dude. Like I'm kink shaming the Democratic Party, okay? I'm fucking kink shaming the Democratic Party. I'm sick and tired of being cuckolded by our representatives, by the people that we vote for. I despise this reality that they've created where they constantly go, why can't the Republicans do the right thing? Like Chuck Schumer was saying, or Chris Murphy gave an impassioned speech on the floor of the Senate where he's like, I can get some Republicans on the line right now for reasonable gun control. Bro, get Joe Manchin on the line, dog. Joe Manchin is like, yeah, nah. I mean, I know I've like advocated for gun control in the past, but like this time is a little different. Like we can't go too far.
Every one of those Democrats in the Senate, with the slight exception of Bernie Sanders, are useless. Chris Murphy, I'm a big gun control guy. Are you? What have you done? No, it's a literal question. What have you done? You say you're going to get Republicans on the line. Republicans, who cares about what they're on the line? Can you get their votes? If you can't get their votes, can you get Manchin to end the filibuster? You can't. So you're useless. So don't tell me about how much you're doing when you're literally not doing anything. Did you put any pressure on Manchin? Did you put pressure on Republicans? Did you name names? No, you didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. And he's the biggest gun control advocate on the Democrats.
Yeah.
Like Biden.
Because Sandy Hook, because like he was in Newtown.
Yeah. No, you know what he's doing? I'm going to be honest with you. Like mainstream media reporters never honest with you. Chris Murphy is owning that issue. So Chris Murphy thinks that's a political advantage to own an issue that a lot of people are animated by, and on his side is super safe, and he knows they're never going to do anything about it, so he's going to own that issue for the rest of his career and milk it. Oh, dead children. Yay, I'm the advocate of dead children. Are you? Because I would love to give you credit, but you have done absolutely nothing, and you're not going to do anything. Are you going to call out Manchin? If you're not calling out Manchin, you're totally, utterly useless, and
Agreed.
you know it. So don't come to me. Biden, what was that headline? Show me that headline one more time on AP.
It was...
Biden sees chance of rational Republican approach on guns? No, seriously, fuck you. Seriously? I mean, if you think that, you're really the dumbest person in D.C. If you don't think that, you're messing with us. There's dead kids on the ground, and you're messing with us? Oh, I'm going to wait for the Republicans. You think that's funny? Is that funny, Joe Biden? Or are you really that and I'll say it to anyone. I'll say it straight to his face. Are you that stupid that you think the Republicans are going to do gun control?
No.
No one's that stupid.
No, here's the thing. No, they think we're that stupid.
Exactly.
And they think they're like, oh, come on, I'll just
and
say
if you
this.
watch MSNBC, you probably are. You probably think Biden's is gonna bring around the rational Republicans any second now.
Yeah. Biden visits Uvalde as the DOJ announces the review of how police responded to the attack. This is different than what the Biden White House was originally saying, that they were not even gonna do a police investigation, which blew my freaking mind, dude. Okay. Absolutely mind-boggling to be like, no, we love the boot. We love the boot. Oh, come on, Jack. I love our cops. They did their best. They just put 19 children's bodies on the line there, and that's what they did. It's all right when they did that. Okay, that was good actually. And now, at least after the thoughts and prayers Mac attack, he's at least the DOJ is now reviewing how police responded to the attack. They're probably going to find like a scapegoat, maybe, and eviscerate him ruthlessly.
ACAC. All cops are cowards. They're trained to be to care about themselves more than to care about the citizens, and more than to care about your kids. Imagine if a fireman, Murat was a fireman, right? He volunteered at the fire department down the street from us in Jersey. Imagine if they taught the firemen, hey, you're more important than anybody else. Don't rush into a burning building. You might die. No, we would never tell the firemen that, but we tell the cops that all the time. Your life is more better to be judged by 12 than carried out by 6. Every cop has learned that slogan, and you know it. If you're a cop watching right now, you know you've heard it and you've said it. What does that mean? That means just kill him. Who cares? We're going to get off in the jury trial anyway, because the media has totally rigged it in our favor. The entire system is rigged in our favor. Just kill them, and rather than risking your life for a split second or even risking a hangnail.
They teach them. They teach them how to mag dump. Your life is always more important. You're not actually protecting and serving. Let's be real. But the real interests that they're protecting and serving are not that of the citizens that they're supposed to be protecting and serving, but of capital. That's their main. That's the first line of defense. That's why they need to be brutal. They need to be ruthless, as long as they're being ruthless and brutal towards their enemies, okay? Towards the enemies of those who own capital, towards the wealthy. They will be ruthless and brutal when they are, busting through a picket line. They will be ruthless and brutal when it comes to absolutely just melting homeless people, okay? They will be ruthless and brutal when it comes to separating the poor from the wealthy when shit hits the fan. That brutality is a part of their existence. That brutality is expected, and as long as it's being pushed towards those who society has declared deserving of such brutality, then they will continue to be this unaccountable 87% Republican murder brigade that is not heavily trained, but certainly heavily armed.
Let me tell you something generally, both about this and overall. I sometimes have the zeal of the converted because I'm older than you, Haas. And so I grew up on mainstream media and I got brainwashed by them. And so when I realized that I'd been brainwashed, I got angry. So, for example, when I was growing up, I thought cops always told the truth. Now, how did that get into my head? It got in my head through media. The media, not just like local news and New York Times and CNN, everybody kissing their ass 24/7. Cops. Oh, the beloved cops. The cops are here to tell us the truth. What's the real story, cops, right? But also TV, movies. The cops are always the heroes. They're always telling the truth, etc. And then come to find out, you live in the real world, and it's a joke. I mean, do you know a cop? Have you met a cop? And do they lie on the stand? They lie on the stand almost every time. Like, they're notorious liars. If you say to me right now, name a profession where people lie all the time.
Politicians and cops.
Easy. And what does mainstream media? And by the way, everyone knows that. Like the left wing certainly knows that. Right wing knows it too. Like you think, like right wing celebrates the cops lying, but they also know politicians are liars and cops are liars, right? Now you turn on mainstream media, and they will be outraged, but saying that all police are lying. How could you say that, our beloved? Because shut up. And they do it with politicians too. Oh, the honorable politician. What does Lindsey Graham think? Lindsey Graham doesn't think shit. Lindsey Graham thinks, where's the goddamn check? And if you're not covering it that way, you're a liar. They don't have any ideas or ideology. All mainstream media is here to do is to gaslight you. That's it.
The official timeline offered by cops, the last official timeline offered by the cops, completely contradicts the original timeline that they offered because they wanted to make themselves look heroic. And everyone was like, dog, 19 children died. How are you going to try to make yourself heroic in this circumstance? It is abject failure. Like,
hide in shame.
Yeah.
Hide in shame.
Yeah.
That's your only option. Hide in shame. Say you did
they're
it.
Gonna get fat. They're
sorry.
going to get fat PTSD pensions, dude. They're going to get workers' comp. They're going to get, it's the most protected job. If you worked at McDonald's and you poisoned like 19 people, you would get fired, okay? If you are a truck
Unless
driver.
You're the CEO.
No, if you're like a truck driver and even in a situation where it's like out of your hands and you end up having like some kind of accident, you're still treated like a criminal. Cops are the only job where it does not fucking matter how many people you kill or how many people you allow to get killed or how many people you, like I said, personally murder. It's like, no, you're always in the right no matter what happens. CEOs too, you're right. Also, look at this. Look at how adorable this is, apparently, in the eyes of like these fucking freaks in America. These hog freak fucks, dude.
Hey, what's your name? Maverick? That is awesome. How
Maverick? Oh my god, dude. You should literally, some of these parents need to be neutered, okay? Before they become parents.
Hey, everybody, remember public service announcement, spray and neuter, all right wing. Oh, he said it, I can't believe he made a joke about us. He made a joke about us.
I'm doing eugenics, dude, okay? Well, the only, exclusively, the one mental deficiency, which is being a right-winger, that's the only time I think it's appropriate.
I mean, look at these psychos where they think it's perfectly normal to have like a tiny little, what is he, 3 years old? Oh, that's where the trigger is, Johnny. Now, remember, when you have a gun, when you see a gun like this that we're obviously going to leave in our house totally unguarded, because that's what 80% of us do, remember, this is where you pull to kill everyone, including your sisters and brothers.
Someone say, imagine naming your child after a softcore gay porn. Top Gun is literally that. Top Gun is that, for the record.
How old are you, Maverick?
Bro, I can't wait to see
He is 4 years old. Show me what you do with the gun. Do it again.
Lunatics.
Bro, this is so funny.
Lunatics, man.
No, it's awesome. Like, he's gonna kill his dad, and fuck it. Like, at that point, fuck it. You deserved it. Like, literally, when this kid murders you, okay? When you're the dad of this kid, and this kid fucking blows your freak fucking brain all over your fucking eat, pray, love Michael's ass background in your fucking ugly ass apartment that you could buy a much nicer one because you spent all your fucking money on the murder weapons. You're gonna deserve it. You will literally deserve to be fucking murdered by your child. You did that, okay?
It really disgusts me, and so I don't want those. I don't want anybody harmed. I don't want those right wingers getting shot by their own kids. I don't want any of it, okay? But when we try to help them, these mentally deranged people are like, no, I have the right to have my son murder me. I have the right. Here it is, Sonny. Here, learn how to murder people, okay? He's a kid. He doesn't know. And he's going to be traumatized the rest of his life if that accidentally happens, which it happens all the time. No, man, I'm really safe with your guns. Dude, your IQ is 20. You're not really safe with your guns. Okay, you're the least safe people in the planet teaching a kid to do that. Child Protective Services should definitely go and talk to that family. They should have a very serious conversation. And if they see any guns lying around that aren't in a safe, they should definitely take that kid away. And I feel terrible about that. But his parents are lunatics.
Oh, can you put it back in?
This is the culture. This is the culture of murder from the right wing. Murder Incorporated.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Bro, when it's just like gun groomers, straight up, dude.
Exactly.
The real fucking
nice
groomers
job,
are like,
commenter.
yeah.
Exactly
Yeah.
right.
Whoa.
They're just grooming for murder, that's all.
That is adorable.
Poor kid.